Hi everyone, it's April again and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about how we can support each other after a diagnosis of a chronic illness. I have Crohn's disease, and so I need some support from the people that are closest to me. And the first person I'd like to talk about is my mom, because oftentimes when we don't feel well, we really wish we had our mom. Well, I do have my mom. She's 81. She's very healthy. She still drives. She's very active. She babysits my grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, and she enjoys every bit of life. She's just full of joy and full of happiness all the time. But she was raised in a church where they did not believe in going to doctors. And she was also raised in a rural community where doctors were not always available as easily as they are now. So, being sick is something she doesn't understand. So when she sees me sick, she doesn't quite know how to respond to that. And what I can expect from my mother is just for her to let me be honest about how I feel, and whether it's a physical feeling of not feeling well, or whether I'm just emotional that day and, struggling with accepting my diagnosis of Crohn's disease and how it's affecting my life. And so I've had to help her. I mean, she's only been hospitalized 3 times in her life. One time, she gave birth to my brother. The second time, she gave birth to me. And the third time, she went to the emergency room for a kidney stone. So seriously, she does not understand being sick, and I hope she never knows what it's like to be sick. However, I've had to explain to her that what I need from her is just to listen and to tell me it's going to be okay. That this is a moment in time where I don't feel well, or I'm emotional. Sorry, I'm going to cry. And just let her be the one that I can talk to and be honest with and be absolutely transparent with. Because that's all I can get from her. That's all I can expect from her. And so that's what I do. And I've explained this to her. And we're okay. The second person in my support system is my wonderful husband. And what I need from him is for him to really understand Crohn's disease, an inflammatory bowel disease, and how random it can be, how inconsistent it can be, and how I can put on a happy face when I have to, and I can fake it till I make it when I have to. But when I come home and it's just me and him, I need him to understand that I'm just faking it when we're out, and that I really am not feeling well today. And he says, well, an hour ago you were fine. What happened? That I came home and I'm tired. The fatigue that comes along with a chronic illness seems to be a big factor for us, because it's a big factor for me. I don't have as many digestive issues as I have fatigue at this time. And so I feel like all of a sudden somebody's just unplugged me or turned my switch off, and I have no more energy left, which means I gave all my energy to the nice checkout lady at the grocery store and didn't save enough energy to be a fun wife, to scratch my husband's back and cook and do things like that. And I don't always feel like going out. Like, he might mention on Monday, well, hey, Friday, let's go sing karaoke. And I'm like, hey, I'll let you know on Friday if I can handle that or not. And oftentimes by Friday I can't. So it's always a struggle. But I'm learning that there's a new me, and he's learning there's a new me too. And so we're having to reinvent who we are as a married couple. And that's been difficult. And often what I need from him is for his ear. I need his shoulder to cry on. I need him to help me when I get sick. I need him to understand inflammatory bowel disease and just how crazy it can be, how unpredictable. And so if your loved one has been diagnosed with a chronic illness, and this is your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, longtime person in your life, significant person, then find out everything you can about the chronic illness they've been diagnosed with, so that you understand it's not me saying I'm rejecting you, or I don't have time for you, or anything like that. It's just unpredictable, and where sometimes I have all the energy in the world to do anything I want. I need to understand that I need to focus that energy on the people that are my support system, and to give my husband more attention when I am feeling good than when I'm not feeling good. It doesn't feel so rotten to him. But what I need from him is support. I need him to listen to me. I need him to tell me that things will be better, and some days he's really good at that. I remember one day, 3 or 4 weeks after I'd been diagnosed with Crohn's disease, I had, in the previous months, reduced my anxiety medicine because I was feeling better, less anxiety. And then wham, I get diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I was still trying to manage on the lower dose. And he said, why don't you go back up on your dose of anxiety medicine? Maybe that will help you cope better. Well, that was great advice. And you know what? I did it, and it worked. And I do feel better. I'm not as emotional. I'm not as difficult to deal with because I have some medication to help keep me calmer and out of the crying jags that I had gotten into for fear of going out. If I go to the grocery store and I need the toilet, what if I don't make it? And I soil myself. Those fears were so gripping that I had to say, you know what, I can't live in fear of that. I mean, if I need to, I'll just have to wear a Depends when I go out. And if that happens, have a clean one in my purse to change. But I still need to go and do the things I need to go and do. But more often than not, it's fatigue that keeps me from going out. My body is fighting so hard to maintain my health that I just run out of energy. There is no more left. It's like someone turned my switch off, and bam, I need to go to bed. I need a 4 or 5 hour nap. And then I turn around and sleep all night. It's not that I'm sleeping at odd times and not having a regular sleep schedule. It's that I'm so fatigued, it's hard to take another step. So what I need from my husband is for him to study up on Crohn's disease, understand what it's doing to my body, and why things are so unpredictable. And then I need him to put his arms around me and tell me it's going to be okay, because right now I don't feel well, but it's temporary. I'm going to feel better. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, maybe later in the week, but I will feel better, and that he's going to be here and help me while I'm not feeling well, whether that's a physical not feeling well or emotionally not feeling well. And the third person in my support system is my wonderful daughter, Karen. She is just amazing. She has the biggest heart, and she's so full of compassion and empathy, and she would do anything for me. She's now in her 30s. She has a wonderful husband. She has 3 beautiful children. And I try not to rely on her too much because she has a busy life with a husband and 3 kids. But she's still there for me. I can text her and say, I'm having a rotten time. Can you call me when you have a minute? And she does call me when she has a few minutes and says, what's going on? And she just listens and commiserates, tells me it's going to be okay, and that she'll be here for me when I need her. And she's really good at that. But then again, we know each other pretty well, being mother and daughter, and we've been through a lot together. And so I just wanted to put it out there that you need to accept the support people in your life who don't understand being sick like my mother doesn't understand. So I have to accept from her what she is able to give me and tell her what I need from her. I don't need to hide from her. I need to be truthful, transparent, and honest so that she can be the part of the support system I need. With my husband, I need him to understand my disease. I need him to understand that even after my diagnosis, which was only 3 months ago, I realized I've probably had Crohn's disease for about 30 years. And he says, well, if you've had it for 30 years, you're accustomed to this, and, you've only had 3 major flare-ups, so why are you so scared today? Well, because he doesn't get that it took 4 years to recover from the first major flare I had, and it took me about 3.5 to 4 years to recover from the second flare. What if it takes me 3 or 4 years to fully recover from this flare? I still need him, but I need him to understand it. So if you're the spouse or significant other of someone who's been diagnosed with a chronic illness, find out everything you can about the chronic illness so that you can understand the physical part of it. And then always have that 1 or 2 people that you can lean on to give your spouse a break or your parent a break, which is my daughter, that I can depend on her just to listen for everything and to commiserate and make me feel better. She can always start a conversation with me on a serious note, and I'm upset, I'm crying, I don't feel well, and by the end of the conversation, she's got me laughing and happy and feeling better. And so accept what each person in your support system has to offer you and help them to understand what you need from them according to what they are able to give to you. Always be honest with your situation. I have to tell my husband, my gallbladder started hurting about a week ago, and now I'm telling him, my gallbladder hurts, my gallbladder hurts, my gallbladder hurts. And so I've been doing a home remedy to try and help clean out my gallbladder and not have to have another surgery and have my gallbladder out, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. And so telling him I'm fatigued, or I'm nauseated, or I had 3 bouts of diarrhea last night while you were in bed asleep, and I am not up to a full day today. Just being honest with him helps him to be supportive of me. So those are my tips and tricks on how to support your loved one with chronic illness. And if you have the chronic illness, how to utilize your support system and help them help you, because we need other people. We need you, and we love you, and we need you to love us through this. So today I'm emotional and I'm sorry, but I'm still going to try to have the energy to find a reason to laugh. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.